She said, take your time, what's the rush? I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a mutt.
We're at a coffee shop in Dubai, Australian coffee shop, which actually recently won the best coffee shop in the world. So I had to come here. I've tried this coffee. I think it might be the best in the country now. So, hey brother.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I can hear your accent, and you came to the Aussie coffee shop too, right?
Yeah, exactly. I got to. I'm friends with the owners of this, and what they've done is really smart. They took Toby's in Australia, which is actually nothing like this at all, and they kind of like
fancy here, right?
Yeah,
like
they made it
aesthetic.
like luxury and things like that.
Yeah,
so.
the guy yesterday I was speaking to on somebody, one of the baristas, I was like, I came here last year and it was dead. And he said, yeah, something happened and like now it just picked up and they're doing like, the sales went up 10 times
Yeah,
just
exactly.
in the last year or something. Alright, now I've had my authentic Australian coffee. It's time to get out of here and begin this date.
Bitch, when I suck now I got success. What about when I slept on a small bunk bed? Now it's king size mattresses. I'm a king, I might send out a hit and offer their head. I'm a bad man, but I fuck good girls that ain't gonna accept if I offer them bread. Turn girls down, I don't want a home wreck. When a man's away, it's not hollering said.
Let me just get a pillow for your hand.
Yep. So, another day, another treatment. Yes, we're here doing another treatment. I won't go into the specifics of what it is, but it's some fine tuning, things that I've done for many years. So, President Trump was here in the UAE the other day, right? And he was doing a treatment similar to this.
So what President Trump did was EBO. EBO is quite different from this because you attach it like in a dialysis machine thing. Probably they got more advanced machine there in Abu Dhabi, that's for sure.
Yeah, because he did in Abu Dhabi, right?
Yes,
yeah.
he did. He really had a great effect of it right after doing the procedure.
Yeah, he was saying how good he felt. A lot of people think that he's just eating Chick-fil-A and McDonald's every day, but I think that he's definitely doing some alternative stuff. And a lot of these guys have access to things that we regular civilians don't. Like in the last 2 years, the UAE has really opened up for this sort of like advanced healthcare. They're definitely like trying to be the leader in the world for allowing a lot of things that aren't easily accessible in other countries. So definitely a good place if you're into all that sort of stuff. Without your massage, this is not enjoyable to do. So you help a lot.
It's pain, sir. No pain.
Not pain, but it's also not so fun, you know?
Okay.
You didn't try it? You want to try it?
You pay for me. Okay.
If I pay, you will do it?
Yeah,
Really?
So, my name is Dakum and I sing a song called I Adore You.
Give him a little piece of the song.
I mean, if they're gonna sing it with me in the thing, right?
Cause you know, baby, I adore you.
I think it's familiar, right? Yeah.
I think most people know that song now. I've known you for so long. You know, you've been pursuing music for ages. You were writing a lot for other people, and I know that you wrote a lot of songs for like Chris Brown.
Yeah,
How many did you do?
I did like eight.
Eight songs for Chris
Actually
Brown.
more, but like 7 or 8 that came out.
How has your life changed? What's been happening? How's it been? How's the experience been?
Bro, it's a whirlwind, man. Like, honestly, I think every day is just a new day in the most craziest way. Burna Boy was at our show in Nigeria, in Lagos. That was crazy just to engage with him.
Travis Scott was the other day in...
Travis Scott.
He was in a club in Dubai.
Yeah, he was playing the
to
record, yeah.
Here's something I wanted to ask you, and I think about this a lot because I always think about music in this like spiritual way. I Adore You. Where did you write that?
Here in Dubai.
You wrote it in Dubai.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. I never saw too many big songs being written in Dubai. You might have been
I think
the first.
we might have cracked the code.
Yeah. That's crazy. You wrote that song in Dubai. I think some cities have an energy where the music flows differently. But some place where I always was so confused why so much big music comes out of this country, and no one would know this and no one would expect it, is Sweden, right?
Yeah.
At any given time, the top 10 of every chart around the world, there would always be like 30 or 40% were Swedish writers.
I know this sounds crazy, but it is like my spiritual release.
Of course.
So when I go on the mic, it's coming, it's just flowing. And if it doesn't flow, I don't do it. First thing came out was just those melodies.
Crazy. Even Drake always says, you know, it's not me.
Yeah.
It's like, it's coming to me, but it's not me.
And he's right.
Yeah.
He's right.
Yeah.
And that's it.
All right, guys, make sure you go check out Daycom. I'm sure you've already heard a lot of his music, but good to see you again, bro.
My man.
Alright guys, we're here at the Mandarin Oriental in Dubai. I know I've seen a lot of comments and they go, every single fucking video you're doing a room tour in a new hotel. Now I want to say, this has been my life for almost all year. I've been moving from hotel to hotel. I've kind of needed that flexibility just because I'm in a place right now in my mind where I don't know where I want to live, and so going from hotel to hotel gives me a lot of flexibility. And whilst these hotels and these suites may seem very nice, it is actually pretty exhausting. It's not that fun to live out of a suitcase in a hotel, no matter how good the service is, no matter how much the hotel does for you. It's tiring. And I remember when I was young, I used to kind of dream of being able to have enough money to live in hotels, and now that I have the ability to do it, whilst I'm very fortunate and blessed that I can, it's not my favorite. But I do think that in the coming months, I will be in a place mentally where I can go, okay, Julian, it's time to settle down. This is where I want to live. Until then, this is what life looks like. But for today, we'll skip the room tour. Maybe the next few videos we'll skip the room tour. I'm not trying to be a hotel reviewer. I just genuinely am living in hotels at the moment. So that's the reason why.
Plenty more. Do my whole body night.
So I heard that one of my favorite restaurants in history just opened in Dubai. Now this is not what you're thinking. This isn't a Michelin star. This isn't a Cipriani, a Zuma, none of those. This restaurant holds a lot of importance in my life because when I was younger, I used to live in New York City, dead broke. I went there with just a little bit of money in my pocket to try and make my dreams come true. And I used to go to this restaurant every single day. I'd get one meal from this restaurant and I'd ration that thing out for 3 days because I did not have any more money to be spending on anything else. These meals got me through such tough times. And so I want to go back there to relive that trauma and see if it still tastes the same. So we're on our way there now. 2 bowls, please.
White rice or brown?
White rice, please.
What menu, please?
Black beans.
Cheese, guacamole, lettuce?
Yes, all 3. Both.
No, that one is different.
Thank you.
Thank you. Looks good, eh? Yeah, it does. I wonder if it's gonna be just as good as New York, because the American Chipotle was top notch. And actually, when I first moved to Dubai, I was kind of sad that they didn't have it here. Chipotle, it's not in too many countries, so to see it here now, it's crazy. How is it? Reminds me of that suffering. It's always good to bring yourself back to those days, you know? I think the American one is slightly better, but it's been so long since I had it, so maybe it's just as good. But yeah, Chipotle is lit. Right. So today I woke up to so many calls and texts, people coming out of the woodworks, because the biggest news publication in Australia and New Zealand, which is news.com.au, published a story about the stuff that had been happening to me in Indonesia. So this is a story, we can pull it up on the screen. So for anybody that doesn't know, I had this whole ordeal that happened in Indonesia. We'll put the videos of what happened here in the corner, so make sure you go watch those after this video. I said that there was one person who was paying for this all to occur. And it turns out that I can actually prove that he did that now. There was a whole undercover operation that happened with the police where we found out this guy was paying for judges, he paid to rig the court system, he paid immigration, he paid the media, he paid a lot of different people in order to try and attack me, all because of a civil land dispute that went wrong. This guy just couldn't handle going to court fairly. He had to do all this other crazy stuff to me, and now it's finally actually being reported on. A lot of the headlines that came out about me in relation to this were all bullshit. And now this guy's in a very bad position because it's all come to light how he has done all this. So in case you don't know, that's just an update to the story. I don't want to dive too deep into it because I really couldn't care less about this stuff anymore. It's been a lot of energy for something that I really shouldn't have put so much energy into. And I'm happy that some justice is finally coming my way because, as I've said many times, a reputation is the most important thing that a man can leave behind on this planet. And when people started coming for my reputation, it's something that I couldn't back down from. So I'm glad that it's finally coming to an end soon.